So it's so high in value, and it's depending so much on politics.
This is a coordinated attack on gold.
Hey, future millionaires, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Psychot here, and I hope you're absolutely crushing it today, no matter where you're tuning in from around the world. Now listen up, because what I'm about to share with you today is going to blow your mind. We're diving deep into XRP, and I've got some absolutely insane news that's going to get your heart racing. Are you ready for this? Because I'm talking about billions, with a capital B, billions of dollars that are about to flood into XRP. And get this. One major pundit is saying we haven't even begun to see the supply shock that's coming our way. So buckle up, because this is exactly the kind of opportunity we've been waiting for. Now here's where things get really interesting, guys. We're seeing major players like Evernorth and SBI literally locking away massive amounts of XRP. And that's just the beginning. But here's the kicker. Think about this for a second. When those spot ETFs finally get approved, guess what? They're going to need to actually hold real XRP to back those funds. That's even more supply getting swept off the market. And you know what's crazy? The diamond hands in our community, those long-term XRP holders, they're not budging. They're not selling a single token. Meanwhile, we're watching XRP literally vanish from the exchanges right before our eyes. This is huge, people. We could be looking at the very first market cycle where XRP actually becomes scarce. Think about that for a moment. True scarcity in XRP. And here's the best part. Retail FOMO hasn't even kicked in yet. We're still early in this game, which means the real fireworks haven't even started. When mainstream investors finally wake up and realize what's happening, that's when things are going to get absolutely wild. But wait, there's more. That retail FOMO wave is still building up steam, and when it hits, it's going to be absolutely massive. And get this, fresh research is showing us that XRP is rapidly advancing toward full institutional maturity. We're talking about the XRP ledger becoming the backbone for serious financial infrastructure. And with RLUSD coming into play, we're witnessing XRP transform from a cryptocurrency into a legitimate institutional powerhouse. This isn't just speculation anymore, folks. This is real, institutional adoption happening right before our eyes. All right, future millionaires, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is absolutely mind-blowing. XRP has officially become the absolute beast of the digital asset market. We're talking record-breaking performance that's cementing its position as the institutional-grade cryptocurrency to watch. So check this out. The research firm Messari just dropped their quarterly community report called State of the XRP Ledger Quarter 3 2025 on October 28th. And guys, the numbers are absolutely insane. They're highlighting XRP's crushing market performance, explosive institutional adoption, and how regulations are finally aligning in our favor. Here's what's got me so excited. This report is basically screaming that XRP isn't just another crypto anymore. It's evolving into the backbone of compliant, lightning-fast blockchain infrastructure for global financial markets. This is huge. Now get ready for these numbers because they're going to blow your mind. XRP closed quarter 3 at an all-time high of $2.85 with a circulating market cap of, are you sitting down? Minus $170.3 billion. That's not just good, that's absolutely crushing the competition. Here's the kicker. XRP outperformed the combined market cap growth of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, beating them by 13.3% quarter over quarter. Let that sink in for a moment. And here's what I love about XRP. It's the ultimate comeback king. Sure, we see those dips, and every time it happens, the FUD spreaders come out saying, oh, it's over for XRP. But here's what they don't understand. When XRP rebounds, it doesn't just bounce back. It absolutely explodes past everything else. Bitcoin dips and recovers, XRP recovers harder. Ethereum has a good day, XRP has an incredible day. This pattern keeps repeating, and trust me, it's going to keep happening. All right, future millionaires, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is absolutely mind-blowing. XRP has officially become the absolute beast of the digital asset market. We're talking record-breaking performance that's cementing its position as the institutional-grade cryptocurrency to watch. So check this out. The research firm Messari just dropped their quarterly community report called State of the XRP Ledger Quarter 3 2025 on October 28th. And guys, the numbers are absolutely insane. They're highlighting XRP's crushing market performance, explosive institutional adoption, and how regulations are finally aligning in our favor. Here's what's got me so excited. This report is basically screaming that XRP isn't just another crypto anymore. It's evolving into the backbone of compliant, lightning-fast blockchain infrastructure for global financial markets. This is huge. Now get ready for these numbers because they're going to blow your mind. XRP closed quarter 3 at an all-time high of $2.85 with a circulating market cap of, are you sitting down? Minus $170.3 billion. That's not just good, that's absolutely crushing the competition. Here's the kicker. XRP outperformed the combined market cap growth of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, beating them by 13.3% quarter over quarter. Let that sink in for a moment. And here's what I love about XRP. It's the ultimate comeback king. Sure, we see those dips, and every time it happens, the FUD spreaders come out saying, "Oh, it's over for XRP." But here's what they don't understand. When XRP rebounds, it doesn't just bounce back. It absolutely explodes past everything else. Bitcoin dips and recovers, XRP recovers harder. Ethereum has a good day, XRP has an incredible day. This pattern keeps repeating, and trust me, it's going to keep happening.
Listen, I see this all the time in the comments. The moment XRP has one red day, people start panicking like, oh no, XRP is dead. Come on, guys. Are we really going to let a little red candle shake our confidence? Let me tell you something. If you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, XRP's chart is still hands down the most bullish chart in the entire crypto space. We're talking about a technical setup that would make any trader drool. And here's what's got me absolutely pumped. There's a pundit out there saying that XRP holders will literally never have to work again. Think about that for a second. Never having to work again because you had the vision to hold XRP through all the noise and FUD. That's the kind of life-changing wealth we're talking about here, future millionaires. So they're talking about the tokenization surge on the XRP ledger. Okay, this is where things get absolutely incredible, guys. We're talking about 3 game-changing factors: infrastructure, market size, and risk management. But what does this actually mean for us XRP holders? Get ready for this because it's about to change everything. They're talking about actually earning from your XRP. We're talking real passive income without having to sell a single token. Your XRP is literally going to work for you so you never have to work again. Let me say that again. Your crypto working so hard that you don't have to. And here's the beautiful part. This was always the master plan for XRP holders. We've been building toward this moment where we become our own banks. Picture this. You're loaning out your XRP and collecting passive income. You're borrowing against your holdings to avoid those nasty tax hits, and the whole time your XRP stack just keeps growing. But wait, it gets even better. We're heading into an era where AI agents are going to optimize our XRP investments 24/7, squeezing every drop of profit while we're out there living our absolute best lives, traveling the world, spending time with family, pursuing our passions, whatever makes us happy. This isn't just about getting rich, future millionaires. This is about complete financial freedom. Now, I know what you're thinking. Psychot, when is all this amazing stuff actually going to happen? Well, here's the thing. That future is still loading up, but trust me when I say it's absolutely coming, and it's coming fast. We're talking short-term, not some distant dream. But before we dive deeper into that, I've got to share something absolutely wild with you guys. You're not going to believe who just dropped a bombshell about Bitcoin. We're talking about none other than Captain Kirk himself, the legendary William Shatner. And what he said is going to shock you. This Hollywood icon just went on record saying he wouldn't advise anyone he loves to buy Bitcoin. I mean, when Captain Kirk is throwing shade at Bitcoin, you know something big is happening in the crypto space. You've got to hear this for yourself. Check this out.
Bitcoin, I don't know. I would not advise somebody I loved to buy a Bitcoin at this point.
Because it's too risky, volatile.
It's so high in value, and it's depending so much on politics that I think it's too risky an investment right now.
But as an artist, I'm talking about when fellow actors come to you and say, this is new technology. I remember the technology of 30, 50 years ago.
Wait a minute, you're talking about two different things. You're talking about Bitcoin, which is a gamble, and technology, which is going to take your job. So the gamble you can either take or not take, but somebody is coming for your job. How are you going to feed your children? Where are you going to stay?
You know what I absolutely love about what William Shatner just did? He completely flipped the script and steered the conversation toward what actually matters: technology and AI. The man gets it. And here's why this is so huge. He's calling out Bitcoin for exactly what it is: outdated technology. Captain Kirk just dropped some serious truth bombs, and I am here for it. Think about this for a second. This legendary actor had the courage to go completely against the mainstream Bitcoin narrative. He straight up said it's too risky, too volatile, and way too political. And the kicker? He wouldn't recommend it to anyone he actually cares about. Guys, I'm telling you right now, I'm 100% with Shatner on this one. Finally, someone with a huge platform is speaking the truth. And let's be real here. Bitcoin is basically being propped up by Tether that's literally created out of thin air. It's like building a house on quicksand and calling it a solid foundation. This is exactly why we need voices like Shatner's cutting through all the Bitcoin hype and focusing on what's actually going to change the world. Now here's something that's going to absolutely blow your mind, future millionaires. There's this incredible perspective about selling your gold being completely short-sighted. And you need to hear this because it's going to change how you think about everything. But here's the part that's really going to shock you. What they're revealing here is that Bitcoin literally has a marketing team behind it. I mean, think about that for a second. We're talking about a supposed decentralized currency that's being pushed by professional marketers. Listen to this clip because what you're about to hear is going to connect so many dots for you.
This is a coordinated attack on gold by the crypto people, or I don't know, maybe something even deeper. He says, quote, "The sudden pump Bitcoin dump gold coordinated campaign that started last weekend was a desperate attempt by the BTC maxi crowd to keep alive the narrative that Bitcoin was the better equivalent of gold at a time when gold was going through the roof. It was so obviously transparent and amateurish, it was almost funny to watch. Predictably, it failed and should be seen as an embarrassment to those Bitcoin whales behind it. Recycling old clips of every Bitcoin promoter known to mankind, making wild price predictions, and most egregiously, the creation of AI-generated videos using the likes of Warren Buffett, warning about holding gold, would land certain people in prison if this were a regulated market. Call me a cynic, but I would rather buy an asset class that is being quietly and at times covertly accumulated by those that truly have the power, rather than one that's being shamelessly hyped and promoted like a penny stock pump and dump campaign."
And there it is, guys. This is exactly what's happening in mainstream media right now. Bitcoin has this massive, well-funded marketing machine working 24/7 to keep you focused on just one cryptocurrency: theirs. But here's what they don't want you to know. There's a whole universe of next-generation cryptocurrencies that are about to absolutely dominate the future. We're talking about XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR. These are the real game changers that are going to reshape everything. And get this, while they're telling you to dump your gold and throw everything into Bitcoin, guess what the central banks are doing? They're quietly accumulating gold like there's no tomorrow. Does that make any sense to you? Because it sure doesn't make sense to me. Here's my favorite part. These Bitcoin maximalists have the audacity to say that digital gold is no competition for their precious Bitcoin. Really? Let me ask you something. When you can move the value of gold around the entire world in literally seconds for less than a penny in fees, what does that sound like to you? Because to me, that sounds like the real digital gold right there. That's the power of utility, future millionaires. Not hype, not marketing teams, but actual real-world problem-solving technology. All right, future millionaires, get ready because this data from the National Cryptocurrency Association is absolutely mind-blowing. Listen to this. We've got 4 out of 10 crypto holders who are already out there shopping and paying with their crypto. But here's the crazy part. Nearly a quarter of people who don't even hold crypto say they would totally use it to buy stuff. They just don't realize they can do it right now. This insight comes from Stuart Alderati, and it perfectly highlights something that's been driving me crazy. Most people outside our crypto bubble have no idea that crypto has real, actual value. They're still stuck thinking it's some kind of magical internet money that only exists in cyberspace. But here's where things get really exciting. Once the big institutions roll into this space and make crypto payments even easier than they already are, and when businesses everywhere start accepting crypto, game over. Think about it like this. If you're a business owner and you see more people holding crypto every single day, what are you going to do? You're going to start accepting it because you're basically opening the door to a massive new customer base. It's just smart business. And here's the beautiful part. Once institutions make this mainstream and user-friendly, watch how fast that narrative is going to flip. Suddenly, people who thought crypto was worthless are going to see their neighbors buying groceries, paying rent, and shopping online with crypto. That's when the light bulb moment happens. That's when they finally get it.
Brands targets Bitcoin and crypto with new unproductive wealth tax. Okay guys, hold up. What they're proposing here is absolutely insane. They want to hit you with a 1% tax on your crypto holdings every single year, whether you sell or not. Does this sound familiar? Because it should. This is basically those unrealized capital gains taxes that they were trying to shove down our throats here in the United States under the Biden administration. And let me tell you right now, let's pray this nightmare never becomes reality. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I absolutely hate this idea. Here's what really gets me fired up about this whole thing. So basically their logic is, oh, you're successful with crypto? Well, then you need to pay 1% just for holding it. Meanwhile, people with traditional investments, they get a free pass. No annual taxes on their stocks, bonds, or real estate until they actually sell. Can you see how ridiculous this is? It's like they're putting a giant target on the crypto community and saying, you know what? Let's punish these people specifically for choosing digital assets over traditional investments. This isn't about fairness, future millionaires. This is about targeting our market specifically because they're scared of what we're building.
All right, future millionaires, we've got some breaking news that could be a total game changer for all of us. So check this out. There are 8 Democrats who are sitting right at the center of what could be the deal that finally ends this US government shutdown this week. And guys, I'm telling you, this could be absolutely huge for our portfolios. Here's why I'm getting excited about this. Once they get the government back up and running, we're going to see some serious stability return to the markets. And you know what that means? All that uncertainty that's been weighing down crypto prices, gone. I honestly think this could be the moment we've all been waiting for. The real turnaround that finally kicks off our next major bull run. Think about it. No more government shutdown drama, no more political uncertainty holding back institutional money. Just pure, clean market momentum pushing crypto to new heights. This is exactly the kind of catalyst that could send XRP and the entire crypto market absolutely flying.
But wait a minute, hold up. Just when I was getting optimistic, I'm seeing some conflicting reports that are making me scratch my head. Now we're hearing that this government shutdown could actually drag on through Thanksgiving and possibly until December 1st. Are you kidding me right now? According to polling markets, we're looking at a potential 61-day shutdown. That would almost double the longest shutdown in US history. And get this, it's getting so bad that air traffic control is now short over 3,000 employees. I mean, what is actually happening here? This is getting absolutely crazy. So which is it? Are they going to get their act together and reopen by the end of this week? Or are we really looking at this mess dragging into December? Here's my honest take. Knowing how these politicians operate, they're probably going to milk this drama for as long as they possibly can. It's like they enjoy keeping us all in suspense. Now, I've been hearing some people in the crypto community talking about government shutdowns and ISO 2022 somehow being connected. Look, I don't know if there's actually anything to that theory, or if it's just hopeful speculation at this point. But here's what I do know. Once this government circus finally gets its act together and reopens, I think we're going to see some absolutely amazing things happen for crypto across the board. But speaking of amazing developments, guys, check this out. We've got some seriously cool news coming out of Hollywood. Hollywood.com just revealed they're launching a crypto-powered prediction market for movies, TV shows, and entertainment.
Now, this is exactly the kind of mainstream adoption we've been talking about. When Hollywood starts embracing crypto technology, you know we're hitting that tipping point where digital assets are becoming part of everyday life.
So Hollywood is finally jumping on the crypto train. And honestly, this makes perfect sense because I've been saying for ages that tokenization is going to be absolutely revolutionary. Picture this. Instead of just watching movies, you could actually invest in them while they're being made. Now, let's be real here. Hollywood hasn't exactly been knocking it out of the park lately with their content, and half the movies aren't even being made in Hollywood anymore. Maybe crypto is exactly what Tinseltown needs for a complete reboot. But here's what gets me excited. I would absolutely throw money at certain Hollywood projects. Imagine if you could have invested in the original Terminator movies. Those films were absolute gold mines. Or think about classics like Goodfellas, movies that you know are going to crush it right from day one. This is where tokenization becomes a complete game changer, future millionaires. It's going to open up investment opportunities in things we could never touch before. Want to invest in movies? Real estate? Art? Usually you'd need tens of thousands of dollars up front just to get in the door. But with tokenization, you could start with as little as $50. That's the beauty of this technology. It's democratizing investment opportunities for regular people like us who don't have trust funds. And here's the best part. All of this tokenization activity is going to bring massive value to the XRP ledger. Every tokenized movie, every fractional real estate investment, every new asset class that gets tokenized, it's all going to flow through our ecosystem and benefit us as XRP investors. So until all this incredible stuff becomes reality, just remember our motto. Stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. All right, future millionaires, that's a wrap on today's video. I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of this amazing community. Your support means the world to me, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Until then, keep holding strong and have an absolutely fantastic night.